Arcade Stick Pro. This can be a Pandora's box destroyer. And the reason why I wanted to make this video, and I titled the video this way, simply because there's quite some different development around the Neo Geo Arcade Stick Pro. There are a lot of new things that you can do with it, but that is something we're going to talk about what has been changed. But first, let's do a quick unboxing. For the people new to the product and maybe new to the channel, consider subscribing, hit the little bell, because we have a lot of great stuff that is basically retro gaming, arcade, hardware and Neo Geo related. So inside the box we're finding the product, so let's take a close look at this later. First let's see what kind of peripherals we're going to get. We're going to get the deluxe Neo Geo Arcade Stick instructions. And with the instructions, as you can see here, we have some basic information and explanation how the system works, how you need to power it on. So inside the box we're going to get the cable. We're going to get a tiny sticker, if you want to have a Neo Geo sticker. And we're having this converter. But this converter can be combined with the Neo Geo Mini, and that is something that I really appreciate with the Neo Geo franchise, where they're going with the Pro Stick, the mini versions. You can combine them all and have more ways to play. So with the Neo Geo Mini and this converter, you can use it here at the left or with the right, depends which port you want to use. I'm going to play player 1, and so what you're going to do is use the controller port, and basically what we're going to do, plug in the cable of the Neo Geo itself. So now we're going to play with the Neo Geo Pro controller on the Neo Geo Mini console. And to even make it more wicked so than it already is, you can also use the Mini on the television. So basically what you're going to get, you use the stick like an arcade stick, and the Neo Geo Mini are you going to use this device like the game system. So you can combine it all and play your favorite games this way. So the cable you're seeing here is giving the device itself some power. This is just a basic USB to Type-C connection, but we're going to need an external power adapter, just let's say like your phone, that you need to power on the device itself. The form factor of the Neo Geo Pro Stick, I personally really love it. It has been made completely out of plastic, but don't get this wrong, it is made of very thick, high quality plastic, so it feels also very heavy, and that's something I do really like about the stick. So but let's talk about the quality of the joysticks. But if you're looking at the joystick itself, it got a very nice touch, and this is not a really wiggle stick, so it's a quality stick. And with the buttons is the same. The layout is not original like the Neo Geo arcade cabinets like you have seen in the arcades back in the day. They changed the layout a little bit strange, but this is what we're going to get. But at the front we're having two controller ports. Basically you can use a controller from the Neo Geo Mini on this device, so you're going to use this like a game system and just use two controllers and then headphone out. At the back we're having the HDMI out and USB connection for updates and some other stuff, and we're having the Type-C connection for powering on the device itself. When you're looking at the bottom, there is something that is very unique. If you zoom in a little closer, what I do like about this, if you need to tighten up the ball top, you can do this very easily, and also we're having this compartment at the right side. Okay, so we're having the compartment over here, and here we can find the USB cable that is needed if you want to use the controller game system, like just a controller, and you don't want to use the games that are internally. Okay, so this is what you're going to get, but there's also a very interesting thing and a new development. With the Game Link, you can use your Neo Geo Pro Stick with other systems like an Xbox, PlayStation 4 and a Nintendo Switch. And we will do a separate review about this device, so you can check it out. And I think it's very interesting, and it gives the Neo Geo Pro Stick a completely new way to play. Not only it's a game system, you can combine it with Neo Geo, but you can also use it with different consoles. So that makes this Pro Stick an all-round product and controller. Here at the right side we're having the turbo option, select and start, and of course if you want to use this device like a game console, you can turn it on and off over here. But enough chit-chatting about the Neo Geo Mini. Let's boot it up. As you can see, the LEDs turn blue now. System is booting up. I'm going to get this awesome SNK intro. Loading up, but there are some things you need to know. So when making this video, and these are just one of the new developments, if you want to keep your system original, there is a way from original SNK to load up files through a thumb drive, and you can add new games, because basically the system contains way more games than 20 games, and there are new games to add. Alright, so let's take a close look at the settings. Here we're having the screen size, but what I think is pretty cool with the Neo Geo Pro Stick, that we're having the option to change the quality and the way how you like to play it. So here you have a quick example and an overview of what you can do with it. So this is an awesome way to play your Neo Geo game with having headset, volume, systems and the factory resets. Alright, so let's talk more about the games itself. I am not good at this, so keep that in mind. Yeah, of course. The joystick, it sounds really clickish, but it is super responsive. I like it. Alright, so a quick note, what I noticed when going into the first game, the King of Fighters 95, I mapped the buttons like I really used to the Neo Geo fighting games. But what I did notice when going to the next game, in this case the King of Fighters 97, everything was just configured like from the factory. So keep in mind that every time you need to start a game, you need to reconfigure everything. So what is new at the moment? So with the Neo Geo Pro Stick, there are so many new things you can do with it. So you can use this thing like in Game System, like in Pandora's Box, plug it in your television and play some Neo Geo games. Through the Neo Geo website you can, let's say, more download log files where you can add or unlock and add new games to your playlist. So you have a more like a big variation, not only fighting games, because I think that was the biggest problem I had with this device, that it only had 20 games and most of them are fighting games. Or basically all of them. So now we can add new different games and that is pretty cool. So many new ways to play. We can use the controllers from a Neo Geo Mini on the arcade, but also the other way around, you can use your arcade stick on a Neo Geo Mini. So besides we can add games, you can also completely redesign the menu and make this just more like a Pandora's Box where you can play all your games from the old to 8-bit and 60-bit. You can play MAME, Neo Geo of course and some other stuff. So there are some new developments with this Neo Geo Stick Pro that makes this thing pretty cool. If you want to keep it original, there are so many ways you can connect all the products. I think it's pretty awesome. But I want to thank you for watching. Consider subscribing, hit the little bell, become one of the Wicked family, and I will see you in the next video.